The climax of the most powerful eclipse season of 2022 is upon us. We are headed into a time of intense transformation that will set the tone for the next 6 months ahead. Spiritual ascension is on the rise, and your angels have big messages for you on how you can accelerate your spiritual growth and empowerment during this window of sacred rebirth. Tune in with me and get ready to receive angel guidance spanning the full moon lunar eclipse cycle of November 8th through 22nd, 2022. The full moon total lunar eclipse is occurring in the sign of earthy Taurus. Know that a lunar eclipse is basically a super-powered full moon, representing closure, completions, culminations, and endings that have the power to make an indelible mark upon your life. This is setting the tone for November, which has the potential to be an even more transformational month than October was. This full moon lunar eclipse is shining a light on what you were previously unaware of. It is guiding you to understand deep personal and emotional truths that will help you to accelerate your spiritual growth and your divine life's purpose immensely. All of this growth is setting the tone for the next 6 months of life, with the biggest shifts surfacing right now. Here are some examples of what you might see. With the sun in Scorpio and the moon in Taurus, we have an energy that is guiding you to do shadow work. Shadow work means exploring the deeper, unconscious layers of your being that need your attention, love, or healing support. As your shadow or unconscious side comes to the light, you may find yourself facing and working through old wounds that deeply shaped your development in earlier phases of life. You'll be guided to heal them by working through any illusions or untruths that you attach to as a result of the wounds. You see, oftentimes when we are wounded, we make false assumptions. For example, if someone rejects you, you might falsely assume that it is because something is wrong with you or because you are unworthy of acceptance and love. False assumptions like this are being pushed to the surface of your mind so that you may see the truth from a higher and more loving, truthful spiritual perspective. This is helping you to retrace your steps through anything that limited your power in the past. You are being guided to cleanse yourself of self-limiting assumptions, release the imprints of old wounds, and claim the self-love that will reunite you with your natural, unlimited divine power. Know that there's a huge potential for this inner healing to be centered upon relationships. Relationships are ground zero for where some of the greatest spiritual growth can occur in our lives. It is possible for emotional intensity to arise in your relationships and for you to face control issues, jealousy issues, or insecurity issues you've dealt with in the past. You're being guided to face this so that you can free yourself of this and rise into a higher and more empowered state. Know that this healing is a journey that most of us spend our lifetime working through. Each step on that journey brings new potential for healing, empowerment, and growth. And as we claim that healing, empowerment, and growth, we support our ascension into the higher spiritual consciousness of love. Ascension is the process of claiming who and what you are in divine truth, an expression of God, a divine, multidimensional being of unlimited and eternal consciousness. The angels are helping you move through an acceleration of ascension right now as we download waves of high-frequency divine light into our human collective. If you'd like to learn more about working with the angels on your ascension path, then click the link in the description below to apply for my Angelic Ascension program. In it, I'll teach you how to channel the angels, heal at the deepest level, and rise to claim your spiritual power. Know that the ascension light frequencies are encoding higher consciousness into the greater human collective right now. These energies are guiding us to gradually recreate our world in the image of love. However, that rebirth process isn't always pretty because it often means we have to face and clear out what has not served love in the past. This full moon lunar eclipse is aligned with Uranus, the planet of revolution, sparking energies of social and personal change. There's a surging energy flowing through the spaces that structure our societies, our governments, economies, our communities. That surging energy is creating tension, a strong desire to break free of what hasn't served us in the past and destroy limitations. This surging buildup of energy is working to break down long-established structures that don't serve the true and destined human consciousness of love and abundance. So, anything that was created out of a fear of lack, meaning anything that creates inequality, injustice, or overconsumption, is under pressure. This might make for big social realizations or deep conversations about our societies on the world stage. Because this energy is intense, it has the potential to make people feel big, sudden emotions. Unexpected drama or polarized thinking might arise. Things might feel chaotic, tense, or anxiety-inducing. But remember, this is only temporary. Any emotions that arise are part of the honest release of what no longer serves us. It doesn't always feel comfortable to face what doesn't serve us. It doesn't always feel secure to undergo a breakdown of our comfort zones. But your angels want to assure you now that it is safe to trust in what breaks down. Trust that what is ending or leaving is for your highest good, and that this is making way for something that will truly serve you individually and us as a collective in fulfilling our higher divine purposes. Release attachment to worry. Don't allow negative thinking or drama to pull you in. And rise above by holding compassion for yourself and everyone in the world during this time. Breakdowns lead to breakthroughs, allowing us to rebuild our lives stronger and better than before. This is true of the collective changes that we're going to be seeing, particularly around finances during this eclipse cycle. Changes are coming to our relationship with money, banking, wealth, currency, and our overall feelings of safety and security in the physical realm. It's as if our root chakras are under a microscope right now. Your root chakra, which is the energy center at the base of your spine, is the center containing your relationship with safety, security, and connection to the earthly realm. If insecurities exist anywhere here, they'll be highlighted and pushed to heal. Whether it's relationship insecurity or perhaps financial concerns that arise, know that this is exactly what needs your healing compassion at this time. This is the area in your life where faith, trust, and self-love are needed so that you can rebuild your sense of safety, security, and supply. You are being guided to base your safety and security not upon weak, conditional things that can change on you, but instead based on the unconditional, infinite flow of abundance from the divine source of this universe. Your safety and well-being are gifts that the divine already gave to you and can never be ungiven. Always remember that the divine resides inside of you and that you have the potential to express the infinite abundance, safety, and supply of the universe in your own life always. We do this by consciously aligning with that infinite abundance and by healing from the effects of lack consciousness. The truth and clarity rising within you are now guiding you to achieve this. Know that this is a very powerful time for spiritual action too. Meditation, energy healing, rituals, and any other practice that increases your connection to the divine or the soul within are going to be extra potent, giving big opportunities to achieve energy shifts, level up to a higher vibrational frequency, or receive messages from the spirit realm. To help you with this, I created a full moon lunar eclipse guided meditation and ritual centered on helping you to channel the infinite abundance and love of the divine creator source. Click the link in the description below to do this after this video. Now that we have set the tone by learning more about what this eclipse energy is like, let's go into the finer details by pulling some oracle cards. Today, I'm working with the Wisdom of Avalon oracle cards by Colette Baron Reed. All three of the cards I'm about to pull will illustrate important lessons and shifts for your path ahead. However, I invite you to think of a number 1, 2, or 3 in your head now. Whatever number you're most drawn to will represent the card with your biggest area of focus. Ready? Let's dive in. Our first card is the Horse. The Horse. The horse represents high sensitivity and relationships. Horses move in herds, so relationships and connections are crucial. And horses are highly sensitive to the environment around them so that they can feel out any potential threats and move away from them quickly. The horse card appears today as a sign that you will likely be feeling highly sensitive to the energy shifts of this eclipse cycle. From a cosmic perspective, Mercury is opposite Uranus in Taurus, which means you may feel bombarded with overwhelming information from all angles. The angels are communicating that this sensitivity may show up as anxiety, overthinking, big emotions, strong psychic impressions, or even physical sensitivity to strong sensory input or to changes in your physical body. The angels are reminding you to stay in peace. If you experience a big buildup of intensity, find a way to release it through physical body movement, breath work, or spending time out in nature. Remember that your sensitivity will ease up when you focus on self-care and answering your needs. This sensitivity is only temporary, so hang in there and know that it is serving a deeper purpose. And that deeper purpose is expanding your awareness. You are being guided to expand your awareness so that you may release what doesn't serve you and create a life that does serve you. Since the horse card represents relationships, your relationships are going to be at the center of this. Walk away from any relationships or relationship dynamics that do not serve your peace and well-being. It is normal to grow out of relationships or for a relationship to begin a new phase. Honor any truths or deep emotional realizations that pop up so that you can allow this truth to lead you to relationships where true connection and loving support are possible. Again, it's possible for intensity to arise, so be mindful of releasing drama and instead engage in peaceful, compassionate communications that provide a safe space for everyone to rise into truth and harmony together. Our second card is Truth. Truth. Wow, I'm not surprised that the Truth card came up for us. Truth has been a huge theme of this eclipse season, which is planting seeds for truth to be revealed and to reprogram our way of life in transformational ways over the next 6 months. There's a deep awakening of truth going on in the collective human psyche. Every person is being affected by this without exceptions. This is guiding us to explore and better understand the deeper layers of ourselves. The more in touch we are with our true feelings and needs, the better equipped we are to take care of ourselves and create lives that honor our truth. Your angels want you to know that it's possible for you to receive big news, surprising information, or to come to major realizations about who you are. When you realize that truth, remember to stay rooted in faith and trust. It is safe for you to trust, even if this makes previous assumptions or ways of life crumble. Allow the truth to be the shining beacon that leads you into your next phase of life. This is the perfect time for you to put an infrastructure in place to help you support your truth in all areas of life. For example, if the truth you discover is about what you really want to create in your life's work, you might take action steps towards that and build an infrastructure of routines, steps, or schedules that help you towards that. We are rebuilding our world based on the need to support the honest truth of who we are, what we need, and what truly creates value, harmony, and meaning in our lives. The changes you make now in an effort to bravely support your truth will help you to do just that. So shore up your resources, develop your skills, and take those important action steps. Our third card is the Stag. The Stag. The Stag represents power, leadership, and strong presence. This card is telling you that you are being guided to shift into your power by way of whatever discoveries of truth you experience over the weeks around this eclipse. When you realize an important truth, then shift your life to harmonize with that truth, you step into massive inner power. It's sort of like shifting from swimming against the current to swimming with the current. When you are aligned with the truth, its natural current pulls you downstream in the direction of all that you truly need and desire. The angels want you to know that the will of the divine is for you to experience unlimited creative power with a consciousness of great, intelligent love. That gift has already been given to you by the divine creator source of this universe. It is now simply up to us to claim and fully receive that gift by saying yes to it and believing that we are worthy of it. Call in the angels with me now by silently holding the thought, angels, Now, allow the angels to channel their empowering divine light into your spirit as you mentally affirm with me, I am the infinite power of the divine creator source. I claim my infinite power. It is safe for me to be powerful. I am worthy of my power. I am powerful. And so it is. Your true power arises from the divine creator source of this universe, and that divine creator source is what we recognize as love. Love is therefore the source and substance of your power. When you align with love by trusting in it and in your worthiness to hold it in every single area of your heart, mind, and body, you channel the power of God. There is a massive transformation happening on the planet right now. We are moving into a consciousness in which individuals are being guided to realize and claim their power. This is sparking us to then create a world in which our earthly systems do not limit or take power away from people, but instead in which people are empowered and free to create and expand as we are naturally meant to at a soul level. You are being guided to step into your power now and lead from that power. Even the seemingly smallest of steps towards doing so make a huge difference in this world. Your power and leadership matter, and your angels want you to know that you are literally unstoppable in claiming it. Thank you so much for receiving these important messages, Lightworker. And thank you so much for liking, commenting, subscribing, and hitting the notification bell below. Remember to do my full moon lunar eclipse guided meditation and ritual, linked for you below, and that if you want to work with me, then you can do so by applying to join my Angelic Ascension program, also linked for you below. I'd love to keep in touch, so do follow me on social media at sarahhall444. Keep in mind that I never create duplicate accounts and will never DM you offering a reading. This is important to keep in mind because Instagram particularly is full of scammers and impersonators who are out to steal money. Always double check and make sure you're following at sarahhall444, spelled exactly as you see it on the screen, and be sure to block and report scammers who solicit you for readings or money. You are so important to me, and I want to make sure that you are safe, clear, and surrounded by true divine support on your path. I am truly honored to be here with you and want you to know that you are so loved and so very blessed. Bye!